Krista.
Hey.
So I heard you know how to save money on property taxes for investors. How does that all work?
Oh, okay. First of all, Mari, I love saving money on taxes. I had a $60,000 tax bill one time, and it created a journey where I was bound and determined to learn how it was to avoid giving Uncle Sam any more than they deserve. Okay. I have no problems paying my fair share, but I also was not about to have it be where they got extra. And I know that rich people get rich, and other people don't necessarily know the games. So I'm learning and have learned a lot of the rules of the games. So you were asking about investors. So we'll touch on that one today, but you know what? We're going to cover some other ones too. So not it's too much for right now, or else we'll be here the whole day. I've invested in real estate for multiple years. I've had multiple properties that I've owned, and one of the biggest things that helps investors is doing exchanges. So especially right now in the state of California with all of the things going on, there's a lot of people that own rental properties that want to sell them, but they're also in a position with, oh my gosh, if I sell it, I owe a lot in taxes.
Right.
So part of the reason we're doing this here is because this is one of my rental properties where the owners actually have decided to sell. It was a rental property, it's now being sold. They're going through an exchange, and because they're doing that exchange, they're saving over $70,000 in taxes that they would have had to have paid. So some of the things to understand is that an exchange on a rental property is really broad. As a matter of fact, last year I exchanged a rental property I had in Utah and bought a different property in Idaho. Same with a lot of my people right now in California. They're selling their California rentals and they're buying in other states. You know, which just, I mean, we're on live right now. Just answer, what states do you think a lot of people are actually buying rental properties in? We would love to see your comments and feedback, because we have, or I have a couple of favorite states that my investors are actually investing in, but I'm curious as to what you guys' thoughts are too. And so that way we can sort of help you navigate some other things that are coming along with saving on taxes.
And so, can we help them with that too? Can we refer them to?
Oh gosh, yes.
Agents in different states?
So there's multiple things. First of all, we can help them get set up with the proper legal ways of doing it, because there are certain steps that we have to follow, okay? And there's certain rules in place that if you do it wrong, you can actually trigger a taxation. But the other thing too is that we can actually help you sell your rental property and invest in another property that will eventually become your replacement home and your dream home, and avoid paying taxes on it and can keep a lot of your money. So lots of different options and ways. And the truth of the matter is that this was such a good question. I could cover so many different things, but just basics. Okay, let's just cover a few of the basics. If you have a rental property, most of the time you probably owned it for a good length of time. Okay. What a lot of people don't realize is that when they owe it over time, if they've actually taken what's called depreciation on their taxes, it can actually create a huge taxable event. That's what happened in my Idaho property. I had had it for 15 years. I had depreciated it out. So if I had not done an exchange, I actually would have paid almost the same amount of the property as what I would have sold it for. I would have had almost a $200,000 tax gain.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot of money. So again, knowing that, I took advantage of a 1031 exchange. I exchanged into a state that happens to be where my kids are right now. So that way I ended up putting it in a better position for me in the future. Now I have another person who actually has substantial rentals. They have 11. And one of the things that he's going to do is he's in the process of selling those properties, and he's going to do what's called a reverse exchange. Meaning he's actually going to buy the property he's exchanging into first, his dream home, and then he's going to sell his properties and pay to that dream home.
Wow.
And then, after a certain period of time, every tax rules, you got to check with your CPAs, can't give you tax advice, but after a certain period of time, he's going to move into that $2 million home and have his retirement home.
That's
so
amazing.
Yes, yes. So taxes can be avoided and saved in multiple ways. There is strategies. If you want additional information on it, message us, reach out to us. We will happily share. I've got tons of information. I've been there, I've done it, I know it, and then I'm learning even more about it because I don't know about you, but again, I think they get way too much money. As a matter of fact, right now, if you were to sell your rental property and not even counting depreciation, you could potentially pay up to almost 40% of your profit in taxable gain. So just simple ways of strategically planning, having that chess game, figuring it out, talking about what your long-term goals are can help you, your clients, you guys save a substantial amount of money. So do me a favor, like it, put this on your Facebook page and pass it on to family and friends, message us, and also, like I say, let us know what the states that you might even want to possibly move into, or states you think would be really great to move into for rental properties if you were doing it. So,
yeah, that's great information. And those of you who are Spanish speaking, I'm here to help you with that, and we're gonna work it all out, and we have information for you in Spanish. And do we speak French or?
Actually, parlez-vous français? Je t'aime. No,
So,
but no, you say that in Spanish so that they
aquellos que quieren información sobre cambios de posiblemente ahorrarse en los transacciones de propiedades que son de renta, nos pueden llamar. Hay diferentes estrategias para poder ahorrarles el dinero que se supone que tienen que pagar al IRS, pero ustedes, la misión sería que ustedes se queden con más dinero, porque hay muchas estrategias para poderles ayudar. So.
I agree with what she said. Anyway, have an amazingly blessed day. Bye.